Здравейте пак от Самара, където се провеждат президентските избори. Бих искала да ви представя един от представителите на Съединените американски щати, който е акредитиран като експерт в сред наблюдателите на изборите за президенти в Русия, Самара.
And this is Steve Gill from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a political activist and commentator and media commentator on television and radio in the United States and abroad. And we're spending a couple of days in Samara observing the election vote here and the processes at various polling places. I think we hit about 7 earlier today. Tomorrow we're going to continue to see more. The elections in Moscow and Russia are a 3-day process. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in each of the, I think, 11 time zones across Russia. And, it's been a fascinating experience to watch how they have video cameras in every polling place so that people anywhere can see and observe what's going on in real time, live time while the voting is taking place. And they have observers both in Moscow and in Samara itself, where the election coordinators are viewing, but anybody across Russia can go and look at a particular precinct and see for themselves what's happening again in real time. And then when the voting ends, the voting count is also videoed and live streamed in real time across the country as well. The vote results don't start coming in until the last precinct in the last time zone stops. So again, you've got 11 time zones. So it's a long stretch. Earlier today, we were meeting with some of the election officials in Samara, which is about 1,000 kilometers outside of Moscow, and the Kamchatka region had already shut down. They had already ended their first day of voting while it was only about noontime in Samara. About noon, Samara, people ask me all day today, what kind of voter turnout are they seeing there? As of about noon in Samara, they were at 26% voter turnout. This is the first day of the voting, and I suspect that by the end of the day today, it'll be closer to 35%, which to me is an amazing number of turnout, particularly when you have a president who is likely to be elected again with 85% of the vote, and yet people are turning out, not because they are enthusiastic or not enthusiastic about President Putin, but they want to show their support for their country by participating as voters. There weren't people, forcing them to vote at the end of guns. They weren't monitoring them to see if they voted. They were turning out because it's their civic duty, it's their responsibility as a citizen, and they were enthusiastic, I think, about voting. The transparency isn't just the video cameras. When you put your paper ballot, or in some cases now they're also doing by electronic counting, you put your ballot in a clear plexiglass box where, again, everybody can see what's taking place. They can see that the ballot drops in and goes to the bottom, and it's in a locked box that doesn't get locked and counted until the last hour of the 3 days of voting comes to an end. So there is a transparency that is both visible, but it also sends the message that they are being transparent, and I think both are important.
Thank you very much for your